Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shenanigans. How are you two doing today?
Well, that was a killer intro, Neal. I mean, look at that production quality.
I know, it's so good. Maybe the whole Men in Black thing we should have left out, though. You know, it might have been more fun without the flash at the end. Anyway, welcome to Shenanigans. How are the two of you doing today?
Well,
adequate.
Adequate. Yes.
Well, I'm doing fine.
Wonderful. I myself am fine as well. Do either of you have any wonderful stories that you would like to share with us today?
Let me think. Not anything. Oh, yeah, the cookies I've been testing over the weeks. I could have told that last week. Were received with great joy and love by everybody, I was told. Which makes me proud.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's
also
very nice.
Also, one thing I have to say, having lectures in English studies, or at least in linguistics, is somewhat terrifying, but once I get to the tutorials, I'm being told, well, you're doing such a great job here, and look, and they show us what we actually have to do in the exam. Yeah, my outlook towards my future is a little less bleak and filled with a bit more confidence.
It looks like Shag and Guathir have just rolled like 10,000 spells to learn.
Yeah, yes. Well, I learned a few of them. Most of them I didn't. I failed.
Neal,
because we had Zen.
Yeah, they learned all those spells from Zen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I failed.
That's
most
fine.
Of them.
That's fine. Okay.
Oh God.
Welcome, Wikipedia. No, it's Wilkipedia. I got trolled. Oh God, I thought it was Wikipedia. I thought someone was clever and had stolen the name. No,
that'd be great.
Taken.
I had the option to. I was randomly looking to see what names I could have, and one of them that was open at the time was something like Killer D69.
Oh, Twitch chat never change. Yeah,
I decided against that one, but hey,
this is great. What is it? Killer Death. This is number string, isn't there? I can never remember. It's like
1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
That's it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. So here you guys are, seated in Shenanigans on a nice, warm morning. Tell me about your nice, warm morning here in Shenanigans.
Well, it seems a bit mellow around here, doesn't it? Right now. Usually there are just a lot more people around.
Yeah, how packed is the bar, Neal?
Let's roll the dice and find out. It is empty.
Perfect.
It's just the two of you.
Yep.
We'll
we see what you say that. Pan out. Empty bar.
Is Desmond even there?
Yep. Desmond's here. He's sitting quietly on a stool, zoning out, looking nowhere. Borsch is in the kitchen yelling at Glib Glob about where he misplaced the flour. And it's just a quiet day here in Shenanigans.
Is Glib Glob walking out of the kitchen a minute later, completely white?
No, he's lost the flour somewhere else. It's hard to lose a 10-pound bag of flour when you're like a 12-pound kobold, but he did it. He did it.
Oh, no.
Did he eat the flour and some yeast, and we have to prevent Glib Glob from blowing up?
No, he's not a bird at a wedding. No.
Imagine getting cursed with that. What is it, like a genetic disease where people actually just like eat certain food, and then their stomachs actually make alcohol inside their stomach.
Oh,
So
it's
they get drunk.
it's oh, what do you call it? Not a wheat. It's like a starch allergy or something. Not an allergy, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where you consume, it's like bread-related things. I think it's starches or grains, and then your body just ferments it naturally. Yeah, what's that called? That's a thing. That's a real thing.
Auto brewing or something like that.
I don't know.
Auto brewery syndrome. Yes, also known as gut fermentation syndrome, is a rare medical condition in which intoxicating quantities of ethanol are produced through endogenous fermentation within the digestive system. One case went undetected for 20 years. They've been used as a defense against drunk driving charges.
Yeah. So the next time any one of us is caught drunk driving while under the influence
It's
of
not my
alcohol.
fault, officer. I have auto brewery syndrome. My gut just turns into alcohol in my intestines.
Zen actually could say he has an auto brewery system. Everything he touches turns into alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know if it would work as a defense against drunk driving. Probably not. I think they would probably say, if you have this problem, you need to not be drinking. You need to not eat and drive.
Well, probably they want you to show medical, some proof.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't know you had it and then you drove drunk because of it, you could get away with it. If it was an honest mistake.
But then how would you claim it?
You wouldn't. You couldn't, because they would test for it. Yeah, you would actually have to honestly have it. I don't think it allows you to cheat the system.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's head back into Shenanigans. There's no one here. None of you have auto brewery syndromes. You have to buy your alcohol the old-fashioned way. Yeah.
Well,
Krob is just brewing it as we speak.
We might as well start. There's just the two of you today. You have the entire tavern to yourself. Where do you guys want to sit? Oh, God. Really? It's just the two of you guys. You still want to sit in that back corner, like way away from everything else?
well, I don't know about Doreen, but Gualthier's just sitting, basically pull a table into the middle of the room, lean back in a chair, and just put his feet up on the table. With a glass
Doreen's
of wine in his
her
hand.
corner. See, it's not that she always goes to that corner because she has to. She likes that corner.
She fears the corner. That's actually a perfect excuse to go there. You fear the dark, damp corners of buildings.
Yeah.
Who knows what could be under the stairway of Shenanigans? I don't think we've ever found out.
That's true. We've never looked under the stairs of Shenanigan. That will probably be next week's campaign. Thank you for the ideas.
The Christmas idea of exploring the staircase of another staircase of Shenanigans.
Listen, it's just gonna be like going into another Christmassy dimension.
Like under the staircase, it's snowing, and there's like little elves everywhere giving people presents, and it's just like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but it's like under the staircase.
No, it's just a teleport to the North Pole. That's where Desmond
It takes
gets
you to
his...
Caledonia. There you go.
That's where that's where Desmond gets his ice to keep his drinks cold. He just walks into the stairwell.
So who would stand there then? A really jolly white dragon?
Maybe.
Like he's really optimistic and friendly, but he's still an evil white dragon.
I don't know. I think it's got to be Kurt Russell. Did you see the Netflix Christmas movie they put out this year?
No, not yet.
They did. Are you familiar with Kurt Russell, the former 80s, 90s, early 2000s action star?
I mean,
Escape from New York, Escape from LA. He's done all sorts of great things.
I know of him. I probably seen him in some movie.
Oh, he's done all sorts of great stuff. Anyway, he's this like 80s action star who's now playing Santa Claus, but it's still pretty good. You should watch The Thing. It's got Kurt Russell in it. It's amazing. It's really good. It takes place in Antarctica. It's a research expedition, but they uncover something extraterrestrial from under the ice. It's really good. I'm not lying.
So,
it's really good.
I'm now hoping it's some mix between Alien and Christmas.
It's really I can't say anymore. Just watch.
Alien versus Santa Claus.
just watch The Thing, okay? 1982. It's done by what's his name? John Carpenter, the same guy that did They Live and The Abyss and so many and Halloween and so many other like really fantastic films. Great musical score. Do it. Oh, also Big Trouble in Little China. I didn't really like that as much, but sure.
Never seen it.
Backdraft? Backdraft is great.
By the way, people, this is going to be the whole session.
Nope.
The whole session is Neal just watching Kurt Russell. Guys, let's just watch movies today instead of playing Shenanigans. We're just gonna watch a bunch of Kurt Russell
like
shit.
Desmond is bored and he puts up a magical protector. We are watching events from other dimensions.
Yes, it's the Rick and Morty interdimensional movie episode.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We need to find adventure. We need to find money.
Okay. Into the empty room comes a young sailor man, maybe early 20s, being escorted by what appears to maybe be his mother, and she seems to be trying to console him. And they come over and go take a seat at this corner of the bar, down in here. Off tucked into the side where they can be by themselves.
Just putting where Guafi is.
He did the Fox and the Hound too? Really? He was Cooper? Like one of the main animals? Really? Jesus Christ.
All right. Anything? What is she saying to him?
Yeah.
Oh, he was also in the Hateful Eight, which you should see as well, everyone. Hateful Eight is amazing. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Shenanigans. Give me a perception check to overhear what they're saying, because they are intentionally trying to keep quiet.
Yeah, but it's an empty bar.
Yeah, but they're trying to keep quiet, so they are modulating their volume to be appropriately quiet.
Okay.
Oh, Guathier can overhear just a whisper. Says,
Wait.
no, Zen, sorry, you're back in that corner so far away from them you can't hear anything.
Yeah,
Also
let me
delete.
change my name again.
Yeah.
Guathier, you hear murmurs and murmurs, and then you hear Cocksport, and then you hear, they're alive. I swear, Mom, they're alive. And then it's all quiet again. Escape from Berkshire. We could make this Escape from Berkshire, guys. But it'd have to be escape into Berkshire, because the party can't ever really leave.
Wait,
I
what?
don't know how you would escape into Berkshire. I don't know.
What do you mean we can't ever really leave?
We are not canon.
You can't leave this town. Sure, you can go on like short trips, but every week you find yourself back here. You can't escape.
Okay.
This place is cursed. You're always going to come back to Berkshire. You're always
Awesome.
going to come back to Shenanigans until you die.
Well, to
This
be
is
fair,
Hotel California, guys. You can't check out.
Doreen has one advantage. She is canon
What?
in the story of Arcadia. She is canon.
I don't understand.
Because normally, Shenanigans' character are not really canon in the story of Arcadia. But since Gold Hill is canon, what happened there? Doreen is canon.
Sure, you
So
keep
she-
telling yourself that.
Also, Doreen is canon because of us taking out William's brother-in-law from the
Just his brother. Just his brother.
just his brother.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
mother is next.
Yeah,
yeah.
technically canon.
Yep.
Anyway,
Maybe.
so we're sitting here.
Just sitting here on the 5:30 bench. Just sitting here. Another piece of media to recommend for you guys is Alice's Restaurant. It's a song.
You're just...
So you hear this guy talking about Cocksport and they live, and you guys like, meh, whatever.
I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Like, if they're doing anything else besides sitting there.
Remember, I said we needed gold, and they're not apparently looking to hire anybody.
Yeah, I mean, they would talk to Desmond if that would be the case. In Berkshire, adventure finds you. You do not need to seek the adventure.
Yeah, that's the great thing. You just kind of sit in a bar, and then someone barges in at some point.
Or
offer
some
you
fire elemental
1,000
gets summoned.
gold to go get a cat from a tree, and then it turns out to be a displacer beast.
A Displacer Tiger or something? I don't remember.
Are we doing
Something
the
like
the flashback episode?
Oh god. Just the same.
Or some halflings come in. They want us to kill some gnomes. We totally miss the settlements. Don't see them because we're like 30 feet away,
Oh
out
god.
of sight.
This is not going anywhere. Neal, give us another plot hook.
All right, the young woman, the woman takes her son up to the bar, and you can hear her saying to Desmond, Desmond, please, would you tell my son there's no such thing as walking, talking trees? At least not on Bear Drop Isle. And Desmond lazily looks over at the kid and goes, Kid, there's no walking, talking trees, at least on Bear Drop Isle. That'll be 5 gold. And the woman looks at him and gives a sigh and storms off.
$500.
As she kind of reaches the door, like Gothia's. What was the name? Bear what?
Bear Drop Isle.
Bear Drop Isle. Where is that?
She looks over to you and says, Kershwick. Well, past Kershwick, near Cocksport. In the bay.
So what is this about talking trees? I mean, I've met treants in Silvers, but...
Bobby, get over here. We're gonna talk to these people. Maybe they can help us. Bobby, the sailor, drags his feet and comes on over towards Gwathir's portion of the tavern. And she says, My dear Bobby seems to be suffering some sort of nervous breakdown. He's insisting that the trees on the island are alive and they attacked him while he was on his boat. And Bobby, like, shamefully hangs his head.
Wait, did you like ground the boat on the island?
She looks to him expectantly, and he, under his breath, goes, No, they threw sticks at me.
So they threw tree branches at you, or tree. Well, we can't.
That's
say
hardcore. Imagine someone just like rips off a finger and starts chucking it at you.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, man.
What the
Well,
hell?
to be fair, treants exist.
Yes, but they
So-
don't exist on Bear Drop Isle. There are no living trees there. It's a human settlement, and no treants allowed.
Can we go to the map?
We can go to the map, guys. We have that power.
Yes.
No,
Oh.
no, God, that's the wrong button. Oh, God, I'm lost. Okay, I found it.
Well, there is plenty of forest on that island. Might as well
Forest
be.
does not a treant make, young man. And I won't have you filling my head, son, with more of this shenanigans. There's no treants there.
This bar's called Shenanigans. What are you doing with him here if you don't want to fill the shenanigans?
Also,
She says with the
I'm
huff and storms out.
156, madam. I'm very much a senior.
She's frustrated because no one believes her that there's no treants there. And so she storms out, leaving her young son left in the bar.
I mean, there's probably treants there.
Probably.
He shrugs. I don't know. They threw sticks at me and they sunk the other rowboat and my friends died.
Why were you in a rowboat then?
Well, because that's what we do. We row. I'm a sailor.
Yes, but you normally do not row in rowboats across the sea, do you?
No, the ship was sitting in the harbor or in the bay, and we were rowing to the island to pick some people up from the north side. Bunch of like little small villages on the north side of the island. We were picking stuff up, and one of the trees there attacked me.
Ah, nobody travels on land across the island then?
No, there's no roads.
Which side of the island were you? East, west?
North side.
Oh, directly of the north
Not
side.
the north and peak. I guess it would be like the northwest side.
Mm.
Look, guys, are you gonna make fun of me?
I know. I mean, we've seen plenty of monsters.
So you believe me then?
Treants exist in all the woods in this world.
Wasn't a
Probably most-
treant, man. Wasn't a treant.
But was it then a moving, a walking or moving tree that attacks you? Most likely a treant.
Now, did you actually see the tree just hucking a stick at you?
Well, no, I mean, it hit me from behind. I was loading stuff, and then a stick came and hit me, but it was too big for any of the people there to be throwing. And then when I looked back, they were running, and they were screaming, "It's back!" And then they just scattered, and I didn't actually see it, but they all said that the trees were back.
Have you considered that it was just an extremely buff squirrel chucking branches at people?
Now that does sound ridiculous.
Now you're making fun of me. Look, I know what I saw, and I know what I heard, all right?
Well, I wouldn't say
I
you're
knew that
crazy.
smell.
I mean, just
So
2
the-
weeks ago. No, 2 weeks? Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? We went through an interdimensional. Oh, not an a magical portal that transported us to somewhere where gnomes live. We were almost killed by a green dragon.
So are
Somewhere
you
where.
making, is this a true story?
Yep.
I was part of a group that killed a red dragon, so
He looks between the two of you. So maybe you guys can go see why the trees are attacking people on that side of the island. You should have seen them after they threw the stick at me and they all scattered. They were terrified. They were so afraid.
I mean, we could do that, but why would we?
Because you're brave heroes who have fought dragons and want to make the world a better place?
Bravery does not pay.
yeah. Sorry, heroes wind up starving to death.
Really? Never heard of that one, but sure.
Well,
I mean,
Well, I think there was this
mean-
guy that got
if
who's
you
very
can bring us in
proficient with the
contact with
web
you,
who went around saving people, and the guy has constant money issues.
well, maybe then, you can get some money from the villagers nearby, because they're all terrified, and they've got money.
I mean, if it's a problem for Coxport, we could probably, if you can get us in touch with the officials, surely they would pay. I mean, something terrorizing the villages and hindering transport must be of some concern.
Yeah.
So,
So you'll look into it?
Oh, jeez.
do you know some authority, some official in the town, in the harbor?
I know the harbor master in Coxport. I mean, not personally, but I know his name. I'm
Well,
too low down in the ranks for anyone to know me.
point us in the right direction, and maybe he will pay us. We might as well have a lovely day in Coxport then.
Right. Well, you can talk to the harbor master in Coxport, and he might know something. But if you go check out the villagers on the northern side, they'll definitely know.
Well, first, let's head to the port then. It's still a bit of a journey. No, nothing is going to happen here anyway. Unless Glib Glob, the kobold somehow blows himself up. But that is not really our issue. Are you coming, Doreen?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, we might. Are you heading back to Coxport?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm done with the Navy. I want something where there's not trees attacking you and mermaids trying to drown people. I want something less insane and crazy.
What have
He
you
looks
thought
over
of
to
so far?
Desmond and go, "Hey, you got a job at? Can I apply to be a waiter here?" Desmond just waves him over and starts the interview process to, hire him as a waiter.
Gwafia kind of thinks to himself, yeah, he's going to see some insane shit around here.
Mm-hmm.
He will soon
Oh, God.
wish he was
No.
a sailor.
Neal, I'm
What?
sorry. I was
What?
deleting the line I made and deleted the little monk dude.
He's gone forever.
God.
You are now a bear.
What?
This
You are
is
now a
fun.
bear. Here's your token. It's a bear.
This is unbearable.
I can barely put up with all these bear jokes that we hear every single time there's a bear. It's the same 10 bear puns over and over again.
Because there is only like 10 of them here.
I know, but every time there's a bear, it's always the same 10 bear jokes. It's great. Don't get me wrong, I make them too, but...
All right, I've charted our course.
Okay. Let's take a look at the world map, everybody. Doreen goes and he gets lost for a little while.
Yeah.
Gets lost from the road, wanders through the woods, and then eventually finds the road again. Wonderful.
Yeah, eventually finds the road right next to Coxport. It's
Well, fantastic. Let's roll for some random encounters along the road.
We lose our way in the forest there and suddenly appear there in Coxport.
Do. It's all fine. Do. The first day is uneventful. The second day, oh my god, we're lost in the woods. All right, now while you're lost in the woods over here, give me a perception check. Everybody.
Oh. Don't worry, I know exactly where we're going.
You
Please, the elven eyes and ears see and hear everything.
Wow. They do.
They see that basilisk 30 feet in front. Oh.
What they actually see are 12 kobolds standing quite quietly and respectfully in a circle around a pit in the ground, while you can see 2 other kobolds lowering a body into the pit.
Look at that, a kobold funeral. Might also be a marriage, we can't be sure.
I'll stand like maybe 100 yards off, and just take off my helmet, put it on my chest, and have a moment of silence.
Oh. Okay. What about you, Gothier?
I mean, he doesn't have a hat on, so
I hand you the burnt hat from the mafia, dude.
Put this hat on and then take it off quickly.
Wait, what hat?
Remember the whole episode with like the lady that was actually like, what is it? Those dolls that fit inside of each other.
Oh, the Russian spy.
Yeah,
The Russian nesting dolls?
yeah, the Russian nesting dolls. There was that lady, and then there was the like Russian spy dude.
So wait, you're handing me like an Italian fedora?
Something like that.
It's like,
it's very burnt.
he kind of pushes it back towards you and just stands there looking at this.
Okay.
Quietly.
Yep. So we pay our respects to the dead.
Okay. You then, they have their funeral. It goes on for about 5 minutes. Does anyone speak Kobold?
Yep.
You hear the, dearly beloved, we've gathered here to say goodbye to Schnook Schnook. He was a brave kobold. He once faced down a squirrel for a clutch of nuts and the stump of a tree. No one believes him that the squirrel was as big as a knoll with the strength of a giant. But I believe him. Snook Snook was a good kobold. He died well before he should have. He's a beautiful man.
Gothier doesn't understand Kobo, so it's just Doreen trying not to laugh like next to him.
He faced his fears.
Yep, eventually the kobold funeral breaks up and they all head back their own separate ways.
Yeah.
And you guys go your own separate ways?
Yeah.
What did you expect to murder her with a kobold funeral?
I have zero expectations for you guys, actually.
Ow.
Sometimes you just need to throw something your way and see if it sticks. But clearly no one wants to break up a kobold funeral.
We are still somewhat civilized people, Neal.
I've seen you guys murder a puppy that you had given to a young girl before, so...
But none of these...
There was a reason for it. That would just be blatant murder for no reason.
Also, wait, Doreen was in that, right?
I don't know who was in it,
Oh
but...
yeah, Doreen was in that. Gothier wasn't there. Gothier wouldn't murder a puppy. Oh my god. How barbaric are you, Doreen?
Hey, I wasn't the one that murdered it. I tried to give the poor child another puppy after the fact, and then the other character just stepped on that one too.
Yes.
You are terrible. I assume we just have that. We kind of somehow this topic came up during our walk through the woods.
Yeah.
Like, you are terrible. I mean, you are fitting to your god, but you are terrible. I mean, a puppy, really.
Yeah.
After you gifted it to her.
Yeah.
I mean, some say our house is cruel, but that is just...
I mean, listen, man. A love potion has some fucking disturbing ingredients.
You could have just the essence of love. You could have just gone through to the brothel. Not that brothel.
No. We needed like a tear from a freshly broken heart.
Just go to a brothel.
God.
I don't think there are any freshly broken hearts in a brothel.
No, there's old broken hearts in the brothel.
Well, you could always find. It's Berkshire. You could have just found some nearly divorced couple or something.
No,
You could have divorced a couple and would have been more humane.
It's fine. It's fine. You guys continue on your way. through the woods, through the woods, through the woods we go, until you get to the bridge the next evening that leads to Kershwick. This bridge seems to be blocked by the corpse of a forest giant who lays dead across the entryway to the bridge.
Huh.
Man, does it stink?
Yes, it does.
Oh, God damn
It stinks.
Well, this is. I kind of look at it. Can we discern any notable signs of what killed it? Like, are there burn marks, like from?
Yes,
Or
there's
slashes.
a large ballista bolt that goes through its neck and out the other side. You're fairly sure that's what killed it.
Does Kershwick have ballista as defenses?
It's a BSW to the neck.
So the town has ballistas as defenses.
Yes, yes. The town has many defenses. You're not sure if this is from that ballista or not, but it could be, theoretically.
Who else is carrying a pocket ballista?
I don't know.
Well, I was hit by one just a week ago, so let's hope it does not happen again.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
I do not want to get used to it.
Just remember being in a shower of ballista bolts as I was approaching Gold's Hill.
Well, we could get this off the road. Your hands could move it, right? You have enough.
It's a giant. It weighs thousands of pounds.
These hands have undead strength, Neal. They have like 18 strength.
The hands do not have 18 strength.
Oh, they got 18 strength now.
The hands do not have 18 strength.
Listen, they are just constantly doing push-ups.
A hard rule is you cannot lift more than twice your body weight. So the hands cannot lift more than 2 hands each.
That's kind of... Ants can carry way more than double their body weight.
Yes, but we are not ants. We do not have an
These are
exoskeleton.
hands.
That does
basically the same
not.
as ants.
No. Hard no.
All right, well, this is a pain.
Well, not really. We can just, climb over or climb around.
Yeah.
It's not lying. It's lying in front of.
Wait, is it like head towards us or feet towards us?
No, it's lying across,
Oh.
face down. Bolts. Well, head turned to the side, but on its belly, bolt sticking across the ground.
But it's not lying on the bridge. It's like in front of the bridge.
Yes.
I mean, we could just go around.
Yeah. All right, let's go around the poor giant.
Okay. You guys crawl over and around the body and head onto the bridge and into town. That's fine. You make your way into Kershwick. It is the hustling, bustling port town in the Briny Bay. Everyone here is busy doing something somewhere, but it's also the sort of sketchy beachside town where all sorts of dark deals and trades are going down all the time.
Please, it's not Berkshire. It's like...
There's no dark deals going down in Berkshire. Nothing.
No, because everything is insane.
Yeah.
It's like... Dark deals is way below Berkshire level of deals.
Mm-hmm. So here you are in Kershwick. What's your plan?
I'm looking for passage over to Coxport.
Of course.
Yep.
You can easily hop on a boat. Is there any information gathering you want to do while you're in Kershwick, or straight to the source?
I mean, we
I'll
can...
ask a guy about the giant.
Yeah. You ask a person about it, and they tell you that the giant came over the bridge to attack Kershwick. It was a dangerous giant, and it had to be shot by boats armed with ballistas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask.
You could hire a giant to be a land-based ballista platform.
You could. But you might as well just give them a ballista so they can use it as a crossbow. You know? Yeah.
Why
Could be
haven't
good.
we seen any giants with ballistas yet?
I mean, you can't play ogres, Nick, so you have the idea for your next character.
I don't think that's the same thing as a giant.
It's the closest thing you can get to as a player, Nick. And ogres actually count. I mean, at least in later editions, they count as giants in terms of species.
Nah, it just wouldn't be the same thing. It's to be a giant with a ballista.
Well, Goff, if you're chartering a ship, he will ask, a regular, like asking a bit around, asking the regulars of that route of Corksport and beyond, to kind of, if they know anything about, attacks on the villages on the island or anything.
No, it's a peaceful island. Nothing bad ever happens on Bear Drop Isle. I mean, occasionally some bears drop out of trees and attack people, but, nothing really big.
I just want to point out, I had the visual of where would you put a ballista on a giant? Then I thought the head, and then you just fire in the giant.
The recoil from the ballista.
In the worst case, the giant just keels over backwards. And are you sure there seems someone said there have been some attacks recently on some people trying to ferry people from the north to the port.
He shakes his head. I don't know nothing about that. It's a peaceful place, except for the bears.
Tell me more about those bears.
Is this another football joke?
The bears? Well, they're the best.
What?
The bears, they're the best. They've never lost a game.
Right, yeah. I'm talking about the bears that drop down off trees and attack you.
I'm confused with the bears. It's a hand egg game team here in Kershwick. They're called the Bears. It's fine.
Huh.
It's
So
fine.
about those bears on Bedrock Island.
Ah, yeah, they drop out of trees.
Anything else that they do that is not bear-like?
Is eating people bear-like?
Depends on the kind of bear.
Well, they don't eat people very much, so not eating people
What
is
do they
bear-like.
drop out of trees on?
Well, onto people, yeah, definitely.
Why?
Probably a hunting tactic that
Right, but if they don't eat people, what's the point?
Look, guys,
Yeah.
I fix nets in Kershwick. I don't know anything about bears.
Well,
Okay, that's
anyway.
fine. We'll have to go
Thank
ask
you,
the bear.
Brian.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. This has
I'm
just been embarrassing for me. I'm just gonna go.
Don't.
I like what he was about to flip
Get
him a
out.
silver. Now he kind of just pockets it. That man just lost himself that coin with that pun. Maybe he didn't mean it. Doesn't matter. You always check your puns before you say them.
Always with the bear puns.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, and we charter a trip over to Cockspot, I assume.
All right, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm just checking my spells to see if I have Speak with Animal. Got Speak with Astral Traveler, but
You're a cleric of fear. You're not really that attuned with nature, are you?
All right, let's ferry a boat, head to Bear Drop Island. Where would you like to go? You want to go straight to Cocksport? Is that where you want to go on Bear Drop Island? You want to go to Cocksport?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't know. You could want to go somewhere else. There's a lot of places there. I didn't know if you wanted to go directly to the scene of the crime, if you want to explore the upper reaches, or what, but it's fine.
Well, you know what? We just head towards the Spice Islands and become pirates.
And we take on a whole new direction.
First we kill the drop bears, and then I use Speak with Dead.
Wait, can you actually do that?
I don't know, but I'm gonna
Speak
try.
with a dead bear? What would that do? It would just go. And it's,
Neal, it's Speak with Dead. I get to speak with it.
yeah, but it's a bear, so it just goes.
God damn it.
No, Neal, sign language. The bear conveniently
It
speaks
just
sign.
signs.
All right, first word. 3 syllables.
Maybe I can thought capture the bear.
Yes. You know what its thought is?
Listen, Neal, I'm trying to do something here with the drop bears.
You can always just stab the bear. No, you don't stab people. You just bludgeon them with hands or your mace.
Right.
Oh, maybe you get to use your awesome mace.
All right.
The berry talent.
Okay, we're going to take our first break. And when we come back, this campaign is definitely going to get started. This session's getting off the ground and off its rails.
Hey, we
we'll see
got
you.
to another town before the first break. You know, I think
You know,
we're doing
you
good.
get all the way to Cocksport before the first break.
There we go. See?
Yeah, it's amazing. We'll see you
doing
guys
good.
on the other side of our first break. Bye-bye.